Yo, just tapping in right quick, man. Quick little chop up. I stumbled on something earlier, so that's why I asked the question on Facebook. What's the definition of a single parent? You know what I mean? But yeah, I stumbled on some earlier where hmm, both sides had some legitimate shit to say, but more opinion based, you know what I'm saying? More than fact, because everybody's situation is different, you know what I mean? Everybody parenting is different. It ain't no handbook for this shit, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, everybody's situation is different. So I guess, we could say based on your situation, based on how you parent, based on how you move and groove with yours, period. You know what I'm saying? It's subjective, right? But there was definitely some things that was said that I disagree with that just sounded wild, delusional, outlandish. You know what I mean? And I mean, I could get y'all opinion, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste too much time. We could get straight to it. Word up. Peace, cuzzo. Peace. I see you.
Talking about single parents dating, right? What it's like dating as a single parent. What do you guys look for when you guys are dating? What are the difficulties of dating as a single parent? Is it easy? Is it hard? Because I don't know.
So go ahead.
You want to talk about something you don't know.
I want to learn.
I really want to learn. You know what I'm saying? So what it's like dating as a single parent, male and female.
So go ahead.
I actually just started kind of dating.
Okay.
So I wouldn't.
Oh, you were off the market.
Right, for a long time.
Okay.
So dating as a single parent is a little difficult to say. But beyond that, I think it's difficult for me to say because I don't have the same experiences as most people.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm a single parent, yes, but I have a nice village that's very helpful. So it doesn't kind of interfere with my dating.
What do you mean by that? You mean like the kids?
Yeah. Right. When you have a good village, you have good people around you that, you can count on. It makes it a little bit easier when you're dating because you don't have to work around so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking for a sitter and stuff like that, trying to be okay.
So like I would say when my daughter was very young, I don't think people really believed I had a daughter.
Right.
Because my village was just really great. So my dad would get her every weekend. And from the time she was born up until recent, because now she's a teenager, she make her own little decisions.
That's right.
But up until recent, her dad used to get her like Wednesday through Friday. So that would leave me Monday and Tuesday, which means if I'm dating, I have Wednesday through Sunday.
All right, I need everybody to pay attention to that one right there. Like, so she said she had a strong village. So technically, she only had her daughter Monday and Tuesday, just 2 days out the week. All right, let's keep that in mind. Let's keep that in mind. I want y'all to hold on to that.
To make plans and arrangements.
Okay.
So Mondays and Tuesdays was off limits, right? Okay. So I'm just now entering the single parenting dating realm now that I have Miguel. Okay. And even though I still have my village, it's not the same. I'm a little older. Yeah. So now it's making arrangements. It's like, whoa, yeah, this is hard.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can speak generally. I can speak in general or whatever.
No. We're gonna speak direct, brother. I want. I want the nitty gritty. I want to hear because listen, man. I gotta live vicariously through you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel okay. I'll say this. For me personally, dating is not. It's not complex for me. Okay. Because one, I don't have any restrictions.
Right.
Okay. And by me saying that, yes, I do have older kids. So
no, but we mean how was dating when your kids were younger?
When they were younger.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, when my kids were younger, when I was dating, it was a little bit of a challenge. because of course I have kids and the other individuals didn't have kids, so they didn't understand the importance of me helping my children do their homework, putting them to bed, or maybe cooking dinner for them to make sure that they were okay. And sometimes I used to get a lot of backlash, attitude.
Really?
Yeah, of course, because sometimes certain women can be selfish.
Yeah, because that's very selfish.
Because they're not in that position, because they don't understand what parenting is. So
right.
Of course, so they used to always get mad. Oh, you're not spending enough time with me. And I used to like take offense to it or whatever.
I'm spending time with my kids.
Yeah, I have to spend time with my kids. I actually cut off women that came at me like that.
Oh, wow.
You get what I'm saying? So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I can say it was difficult when my kids were younger, when I was dating and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because my kids is my priority. They come first.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not a person that particularly likes to date people with kids, anyways. So
why is that?
I prefer not to date people with kids because I don't like to deal with drama. So it has nothing to do with the kids. I love kids. But I just don't like to deal with the drama. And usually they have some form of drama, even if it's not necessarily like super chaotic or toxic. It's some form of, you guys have an issue. And I don't like to deal with it because I don't have those issues. Fair? It's very fair. So people always say that to me, like, that's not fair because you have kids, right?
All right, so keep in mind, again, like everybody's situation different. She said she pretty much only had her daughter Monday and Tuesday. The father had the kids the other days, and then her father would have the kids on the weekend. And she said she doesn't date men with kids or prefer not to. Now, homie said he had to cut some women off because they didn't, I guess, assuming that they didn't have kids, they don't understand parenting. And, man gotta spend time with his kids and they feel like it's cutting into him and her thing. So, all right, let's just keep these little mental notes on deck. Let's see what's up right quick.
Come on.
But the way I counter that is, yes, I have kids, but I don't have that dynamic. You know what I mean? Like,
but I understand, but that's not fair.
It is
you can't just X somebody.
I'm telling you, I don't want to deal with you because of the drama that comes.
But if there's no drama, you can't.
9 times out of 10, I was always right. It's always a female lingering with chaos and toxicity, and it's not and I know that because even just when you talk to people, like I remember being younger, like in my 20s, and I talked to people about me and my daughter's dad's relationship, and they're like, that's not normal, because we don't have that drama and toxicity. So it's like, I don't want to date nobody with kids because people my age, the girls are still holding on to this man, and it's some type of something going on. You can't see your kid. I don't like that. All that drama, I don't want no parts of that.
Right.
So you're not.
I don't give that drama to nobody.
So you're not even gonna give it a chance to see.
I don't want.
So I gotta ask the ladies: is that like something valid that y'all normally go through if you dating a man with kids? Is it always drama with his baby mom? She don't want to let go. Y'all fighting. Is it always that? Let me know. Just put it down in the comments. Let me know.
Just because
I'm not saying I'm not going to. I'm just saying you gotta have a lot of other wonderful characteristics.
I'm saying though, but that's a disqualification.
I don't really want to deal with people.
So my brother, if you got a child, you disqualify. Ain't that something?
I love kids though. Like I really love kids. It's just sometimes I feel like domestic violence is very serious.
Okay.
In a lot of these situations, these women and men that don't know how to let go, and they feel like the baby mom or the baby dad is supposed to be with them forever. I can't insert myself into a type of chaos like that because I don't bring that chaos to nobody.
Well,
I don't have that type of drama going on.
I'll tell you what, because that's from a female perspective.
Yeah.
From the male perspective, I've heard a lot of times, even through social media, it's a lot of guys that they don't want to date women with kids either, because they feel like,
what's that reasoning?
Well, I'm saying, but they feel like, why should I invest into that situation when it's not my child? You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying. You're saying drama.
Well, let me
let me stop it right the fuck there. Did you hear what she just said? When the brother gave the reasons for men not wanting to date women with children, and he said, you know, he might not want to invest into something that's not his. She said, that's not a man, though. So let me get this straight. This the same girl that just said she don't want to date a dude with kids, or she don't date dudes with kids. But if a man doesn't want to come in and invest in her kids, he's not a man. Let's keep it going. I mean, goddamn.
Let me pick it back on that.
Yeah,
That's not a man.
break it down for me.
Okay, so this is
It's because you're sick, so you know.
yeah. So okay, and the men that don't date women with kids, I understand where they're coming from, because don't no man want to play Mr. Cleanup guy, right? Especially if it's a productive, competitive man. Why should he come in that situation to clean up that situation?
Why not?
Nah, I don't agree with it.
I get that you're saying you don't agree, but I'm saying why not?
So dating single moms, right? Let me rephrase that. Dating single modern women, this is 3 questions that I will ask them. What is it that you can offer me that you haven't given to another man?
Oh my goodness.
This is what I said. What can you offer me that you haven't given to another man? And the reason why I'm saying that, because 1, you shared your youth, your fertility, and your womb with another man. You shared your womb. You gave another man the biggest honor that you can give him, right? And my second question to that woman will be like, why didn't it work out with the father of the kid that, you know what I'm saying, that you had a kid with, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Because you created this family. So why should I give up my resources to take care of your kids, right? Because men, we're very territorial, right? Because 1, I have to share you with your kids. That is not mine. And also I have to share you with the father of your kids, who is to know what time the father of your kids is on. Because as of late, I've been seeing men been killing other men because they're dealing with their exes. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So let me stop it there. Fellas, is what he's saying something that y'all can agree with. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of us did the stepfather role and all that, but keep it funky. Or is doing it now, but you still got to keep it funky. You know what I'm saying? So she brung up she don't date men with kids because of the drama with the baby mama and all that. Homie just said, well, shit, I don't know if I want to be invested in something when I don't know what type of time your baby father on. Niggas out here killing niggas behind chicks. I can only speak for men, or speak from a man's perspective, rather. That's definitely true. I don't know what y'all go through with baby mamas and all that. Y'all gonna have to fill me in on that, though.
And I don't know if that man may want to cause some harm to me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand everything when men are saying, I don't want to date single mothers with kids or whatever. You get my point?
I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
So
what's the third question?
So and let me ask you this question, bro. If you went to the store, would you buy a product? Would you buy a product that had a broken seal?
No, I'm not gonna.
You wouldn't. Why you wouldn't buy a product that had
somebody, because it's already been, I don't know what's in there.
It's the same thing. That's the reason why men say they don't want to date women with kids, because you already have been tainted. You already shared your wound with another man. So,
but are you serious right now?
Yes, I'm being very serious.
So okay,
I'm being very serious.
to be a counter to that, because that is absolute. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's some bullshit, and I'm going. That's some motherfucking bullshit. Yes, it is. Because I'm gonna say it is because you just said your first question was, well, I'm gonna ask a woman, what can she get? What can you give a woman that you ain't give to another female?
Okay. All right. Okay.
What can you? But no.
Okay, go ahead.
What can you give another female that you haven't? What can you give this woman that you haven't given to another female? Why does it have to be that a woman?
How he answered this, I want y'all opinion on this, because these are the things that I wanted to ask. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna just go live and ask y'all live, and whoever catch it on the replay could answer whatever. But he's gonna make a point. I'm just asking y'all opinion. You know what I mean? I'm not disrespecting that sister. I'm not disrespecting these two brothers on the shit. I'm not even doing none of that type of shit tonight. I'm just asking opinion. Unless it go too far and I get triggered.
Woman have to bring you something. I'm not, who the fuck are you that I gotta bring you something?
Okay.
What are you bringing to me?
Okay.
It goes both ways, I thought. Now that's one. Now, two, you're saying, well, you don't know what that circumstance could be, what that situation could be. So are you speaking from a standpoint of a man who does not have kids just yet?
Both.
Or
Single?
you can't speak from both. And the reason I'm gonna say you can't is because just as you're a man, if you are a man that has children, to say that to a woman that has children, it almost sounds, no, not almost, it's narcissistic as hell. Because if you've given another woman kids,
y'all learned one word and y'all cannot stop saying that shit. God damn.
who are you to ask a woman what you got to offer me because you gave a nigga kids? Did you not give another woman kids? So what happened with that family that you were building? Why did that not work out?
Okay, so can I answer your question?
Sure.
Okay, one, Vic, it's a double standard. Unfortunately, men can do it. You can. A woman cannot do what a man do. And two,
we can.
Okay, but let me say this. I know the detractors and the critics going to come for me because I have kids. One, my kids are grown. I have a 23-year-old.
But at one point they weren't.
But let me answer the question. I'll let you talk. Let me talk.
You're right.
I have two girls. I have a 23-year-old and I have a 20-year-old. My oldest daughter has recently graduated from college on her way to grad school.
Yes, Lord.
My second daughter, she'll be graduating from college pretty soon, right? Secondly, I've never been married. So what I can offer a woman is marriage. That's the biggest honor. Listen, hold up. That's the biggest honor a man can give a woman is marriage. Yes, that is the biggest offer I can offer a woman is marriage. Because you know why? Can't no woman ever said that I was married to them. So that would give that other woman bragging rights that I've given you the biggest honor by marrying you. You're not just my baby mama, but you're my wife. And you can research my name. You would not see my name logged on any marriage license in all 50 states of America. Yes, and that's what it is. I'm bringing marriage and I'm bringing my
So how y'all feel about his response to what she said, though? Because as soon as he said marriage, she was like, that's it? Oh, man. It's crazy. Y'all can hear, right? I see Cecilia saying she can't hear. I think the audio should be good, though. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Resources to you. That's what I'm bringing. Resources and marriage. And I have receipts because I am successful. When my kids were born, I always had custody of my kids and I have receipts. And my kids' success shows it. So I know what I'm talking about.
Ralph, do you have something to add?
Go ahead.
Well, no, okay.
You're not a single parent, so it's a little bit more harder.
No, I'm not a single parent, but I grew up in a single household.
Right.
So I grew up without a father. I've always wanted a father.
Right.
Whether mine's or not, whether like blood or not. So I always wish that I had somebody to kind of like lace me up, guide me, because you know we bump our heads a lot. So
yeah,
I understand where you're coming from, what you're saying, because you're like, and I get the whole thing. That's not my child. Why should I invest my time? But I'm saying, like, for me, because I wanted that, so I can understand from both. But I wanted that. That's not something I would. If I meet a woman with children, that's not a deal breaker for me.
Right.
Because when I was in high school, I was dating a girl that was out of high school with kids. Right. So she had one child, a son. But I love kids though. So to me, it's not like. I don't look at it like I'm wasting my time, because I always hear people say, well, if I did a woman with children, one day her children is going to denounce me and say, you're not my father. But for me, I always look at it this way. It's a rite of passage. Because at the end of the day, if we're bickering and I'm trying to give you the right things to do, the right thing to say, the only way for you to hurt me or to make me feel little is by you to say, well, you're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do. And I call it a rite of passage. That wouldn't bother me. But again, I'm speaking from me not having a dad. Right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Something that I always wish I had. Right. So to me, that's not really a deal breaker. But I'm not speaking for all men. I'm only speaking for myself. Right. And I wouldn't rock. I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like, just like you said, bro, it's not that it's a deal breaker, but me, just how I think if a man is going to be dating a single modern mother, that single modern woman is going to have to go above and beyond to show herself approved to that man. Because why would that man select you when he could go out there and select a much younger woman that is childless? That's not going to bring the chaos to him. Because like I said earlier today, who is to say what time the father of your kids are on? You get where I'm coming from?
You're looking
right,
at
but that's
safety.
only one. That's only one perspective that is a very important perspective, of course. But it's only one. So, like, even when you say me being I'm gonna take myself. Me being someone I didn't grow up with my father.
Okay.
I would hate if my mother had met men with that mindset that you just described, because the men that my mother, and it wasn't a lot of men or whatever, but like my stepfather came along when I was like in 4th grade. I thank God for him every day. You understand? Like, my father wasn't present in my life. He stepped in and he did what no other man did all the way through till I was all the way in college. They didn't get divorced until years later. And that man saved my life in so many ways. He was and we did have fights. I mean, like teenagers, kids, you got kids, kids say, your kids say crazy stuff to you. So just imagine what they're going to say to a stranger in the midst of being upset.
It's like I said, dog, like for me.
But sorry, not to cut you off. So I'm just saying, thank God for him, because I tell him all the time, my father's out of prison now. If I get married, both of them have to walk me down the aisle because he really raised me. Yeah. So that thought process to me is just mind blowing and it's insane. The reason I don't want to date people with kids, I don't concern myself with what the kids may or may not say, because what you give a kid is what they're going to give you back. And once they get to that age of teenage, we know teenagers, so that's not even something to take personal. I'm expecting you to say it, because if you don't say it, I think something ain't right. Because that's what kids are going to say.
But some kids won't say it.
Yeah.
But again, if you do say it, it's like, to me, it's like,
it's a hit or miss.
It's like, I'm going to laugh at you like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I like, my advice on this, man, is not going to, because I say, I can't.
You're not
I can't say you're wrong. I can't say you're right. I can't say. All I'm saying is, for me, I'm black, bro. So I only know how to be black. Right. And all I'm saying is, a lot of us, we grew up fatherless.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we always talk about back in the days and stuff like that. I think a lot of times, man, the difference with why back in the days was probably a lot better than today is because a man, when he meets a woman, he didn't care how many kids she had. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If he loved that woman, like that woman, it was all in.
Yep.
But it's different time, different mindset.
Can I piggyback off what you said?
Let me finish. I'm gonna let you rock. Right, so I can only go off my experience. Like I said, I always wanted a dad. Never had one, but now I get to play one. Right. So I get to be one. It's the most important. Yeah, I get to be, and I love being a dad. And to me, I don't look at a kid like that's mine or not mine. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like you a child, and you're with me. You're my child, no matter what. So. And I know it's gonna come a time, right? You're gonna go, oh, you're not my father, and I'm okay with that. I'm cool. You're right. I'm not your dad, but I am your dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm not your dad, but I am your dad, and I could take whatever comes along.
And
with that.
As a kid that been there, I can tell you, we say that in that moment because we're upset, we're teenagers, we're young, our mind isn't fully formed. But I promise you, we come back. And that apology is 10 freaking fold because we understand. But as a kid, you can't expect kids to understand.
But also, let me say this. Let me piggyback off what you said, because you mentioned
you're talking about the time.
Yeah, the time. Yeah. So, you have to understand. In those times, women used to honor men. When a man came in and took over a family, that woman gave that man praise. Just honor, because in today's time that we're living in, being a stepfather is like basically being down. You know what I'm saying? Being down talked upon, right? Because matter of fact, I see it all the time where modern single mothers will be like, oh, a man have to bring A, B, and C, and D to me. But this man that you created this family with didn't even have to pay that premium price.
But who's to say that?
No, it's going on. It's omnipresent. So why does this man, who is competitive, productive, has to come in and share his resources with you? For prime example, so if we do the Brady Bunch thing, right? If this woman have her kids, I have my kids, and we merge our family together, right? So every $100 that I spend within that household, 40% is going to go to your kids, 60% is going to go to my kids. So basically, I'm taking resources away from my biological kids to give it to your kids. who is to say if those kids are going to appreciate me for what I'm doing for them, for being present, for being a father figure to them, right? At least I know if I have my own kids, my own biological kids, as long as I'm showing up for them, I'm taking care of them, I'm mentally present for my kids, at least I know when I become an old man one day, my kids are going to take care of me. I don't have to worry about my kids telling me, oh, you ain't my daddy. Why do I have to listen to you? And also, too, with bringing two families together, my kids may follow a certain set of rules. Your kids may follow certain set of rules. So my kids could be like, Daddy, why they do such and such and such? Why can they do this? And because you have a set of rules from your kids, they're gonna be like, damn, why can they do this and why can I do that?
You're saying the mindsets could be
different. It can be completely different. So that could confuse the kid. You get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying with the mindset. No. What I'm saying is that no. Listen, this
is pure stupidity.
But what I'm saying,
no, it's not. It's stupidity.
No.
It's basically taking every reason you can think of in the book for why it wouldn't work. When you meet somebody and you're engaged.
Did she not just do that? Did she not just say the most things she could come up with as to why she don't want to date a man with kids? She thought of the worst type of situation that could be, and that would be that they still fucking around, or the girl or the baby mother want to beat her up. That's like extreme. Maybe I'm bugging. I don't know. Let me see. Now,
with that person and you like that person in the beginning, yes, it may be a conflict of how you parent, how I parent. It's gonna, even if you didn't have kids, it's gonna happen. If I meet you and I start talking to you, how you live your life and how I live my life may be two completely different things. Over time, we mesh. Over time, you blend. That's pure stupidity. And guess what? If it comes to the point where you guys can't agree on things, it would never even get to the point that you even have to concern yourself with blended families. Because as women, mothers, I can't speak for all mothers, but I could say, I'm not going to deal with no man that don't mesh or blend well with my kids. And that doesn't mean I'm putting my kids before you. That just means as I analyze this situation that we're in, if it's not going to work, it wouldn't get to that point where we even have to go to that. But there are situations where you will blend just fine. That means that's for you. I have a favorite phrase I like to use. I use it all the time when I'm referring to just myself, when I'm referring to dating. And I say it all the time. People need to learn their lanes. When you know your lane, you're not confused. When you're dating people that are in your, I'm in the far left lane, probably about 90% of the time. And it's quite often that I get guys that are in the far right lane, that slow lane, and somehow they made their way over to mine. And I don't understand how they got there or why they're there, but they're there. So I have to redirect.
I could just be high as hell right now. I don't know what the fuck she been saying for the past 2 minutes. Like, excuse me. Maybe I just tuned the circle talk out. It's straight word salad. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Wreck them, because I know just off a conversation, just off of one conversation could let me know. And I have to redirect you and say, hey, this just isn't your lane. I'm not sure how you got here, but I want to redirect you very respectfully. So I say that to say, again, it depends on you as a person, because if you meet like-minded people, right, then the likelihood that it would be just so chaotic, what's the likelihood of that? What's the likelihood of it? You attract what you want, what you like. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm only saying that just as, like I said, I had my daughter when I was 19. If you want to be honest, I had my daughter when I was 18 because she was born 3 days before my 19th birthday. And so I've been doing this single parent thing since I don't even know. I can't even tell you when it started. This is here we are. But
now this is why I asked the question earlier on Facebook. What's the definition of a single mother? Because she just said that she only had her daughter Monday and Tuesday. Her baby father had him for the rest of the week, and then her father had him on the weekend. So she only had to do the mother thing 2 days out the week. What's the definition of a single mother. And she said it herself. She said that she had a village, a nice, you know what I mean, nice village, and you know, it definitely takes a village. I love that. Like that's dope to me. That's family shit. But I mean, technically, you had the kids for 2. Your baby father had them for 3 days, and then your father had them for 2 days. Shout out to the men in your village.
I've never dated a person that didn't get it. I've never dated a person that I had to fight with you about what you give your kids, what I'm giving. That's stupidity right there.
All right.
No, before you. What I was saying, I get was the last part of what he said.
About what?
You know what I'm saying? When the last part
I cut
you
you
said,
off too. I'm sorry.
Boy, you cut me off because you slashed me.
I had to get in there. Sorry.
No, what I was agreeing was the last part. What he said, he's like, yo, like, he's saying, well, how would I know that a child is gonna look out for me? Right? That's not my child. And like I said again, I understand that part. But I'm saying I understand. I'm saying I understand his concern, his personal concerns.
That's a crazy concern.
But those are his personal concerns.
I understand.
What I'm see,
because my opinion,
you see what I'm saying? That's what I was saying.
Yeah, okay.
But
because my opinion shouldn't have dominion over anyone.
No, but for me, what I'm saying is for me, dog. Like I said, I'm a big kid, bro.
Yeah.
I run around in my house. I play in the rain with my son, bro. I run around, and it's not just because of my son. I would that with any kid, bro. I just love to have fun and be a kid. I'm a big kid, bro. I can't help it.
Right.
My wife get mad at me. You ain't like a child. I'm a child, bro. I like to have fun, and I think that spirit in me just makes me get along with it. I just love all kids.
Right.
So I
love kids. I'm not saying I don't love kids.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, my mindset is not like that's mine. That's not mine. I don't like it. Even with adults, bro. Kids even more. Whatever I got going on with my kids, if it's kids around me, we all involved. I don't. There's no distinguish. If I'm eating, you know how everybody eating. But that's just how I am, bro. Like I'm very family orientated, and I love people, and I love kids even more because they're innocent.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And I look at it like, wow. I like and I protect them the way I wanted to be protected when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's my take. That's how I am.
But let me make a point, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm speaking to what I'm speaking about what's going on in these recent times, right? And let me make another point. No man that is productive and competitive want to be restricted, right? I'm gonna give you an example, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna use you as an example. You're married, you have your wife, and you have your kids, right? Supposedly you get off from work. You want to go home and you want to enjoy your wife, right? It's easy for you to come home, and if your kids are past their bedtime, it's easy for you to say, "Hey, son, Janiyah and whatever it's your son, me and your mama, we got some things to take care of. It's time for you to go to your room."
Princess Naya, Princess Shy, and Pop Pop.
Right. It's time for you to go to your room. Me and your mama got some things to handle. But if I'm a stepdad and I come home and I say something to those kids, if I say, "Hey, it's time for you guys to go to sleep," some woman, I'm not saying all, some woman would take offense to it. They'd be like, "Well, why are you talking to my kids like that? You shouldn't tell them when they go to bed or not." It happens all the time. So that's the reason why
statistics coming from.
It's happening. We're living in 2024. Come on now. Let's not play crazy like we don't know this is.
Well, I think remember we had the conversation we had when we had the Dear Black Woman episode, and I was saying that I feel like a lot of times, not just black men but black women as well, they don't do their due diligence. And what I meant by that is if I meet a woman, she has children, and me and her we've become, because it's gonna take time for us to live together. And so I'm with this woman, we're dating, and eventually we get more serious. And I would hope that she would see the way I treat her kids with love and admiration, whatever, so that when we are living together, if I say, "Hey, it's time for everybody to go to sleep," I would hope she would know it's coming from a good place. She's not going to intervene, because as a man, she would understand, like, oh, we're gonna go spend some time together. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would hope. Like I say, for me, like I like to study, I like to do homework. I don't like to. I never like to dive into anything. The one time I ever dove into anything,
and for me to clear this up, bro, let me make this clear. And when I'm speaking, I'm not talking about single traditional mothers. I'm not talking about those. I'm not talking about single traditional. I'm talking about single modern mothers.
But as a man, as a okay,
that's what I'm speaking.
But as a person such as yourself, who's very traditional, right? There's no way you're gonna fall into that kind of situation because you're traditional. So that means the woman you're gonna be looking for is gonna fit that criteria. Right. So those examples won't even shouldn't even exist, because in your mind, you're gonna do your homework. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I understand. But you're
saying them or speaking them as if this is something
why you didn't
that
let me finish? I had a good point going.
So y'all, I've been letting y'all talk.
No, but I had a good. I was trying to go ahead. I was trying to drive a point home. But go ahead. Go ahead. Because your point, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Because again, like I said, I'm listening from a woman. So my responses to you are based upon what you're saying. So it's almost like counterproductive, because you're saying one thing and then you're saying something else. So you're saying I'm not speaking for, okay, so that's what makes it like a little bit difficult, because when you say these are happening right now in these times, I need statistics, I need data, I need something to support that. And the reason I'm going to say that is because, again, when you say traditional, you're not talking about modern, it's so tricky going into that area, right? I consider myself to be a modern woman. However, I was raised on traditional values. So it depends on how you would then categorize, right? That's your choice, what you see, how you, and it so on and so forth for every other man. So you understand what I'm saying? Like,
for the ladies in the chat, or even y'all that's watching, if y'all could answer me this: do y'all consider yourselves traditional or modern? I know y'all know the difference, right? Like, not saying it like y'all slow or some shit, but you know what I mean? Traditional or modern? Which one? Let's keep it going.
Like, so to say that's what's going on right now, I have to disagree. And I'm disagreeing because I am a modern woman. And I have modern friends that are single mothers that would completely wholeheartedly disagree with what you're saying.
I get your point, but let me ask you this, Vic. So you don't think that a man that is productive and competitive, taking on a pre-made family, so you telling me that's a good thing? How okay, let me ask you this. How are your kids are going to be an asset to me if I was dating you?
I would never date a man that ever asked me no craziness like that.
See,
I would never, because you would never ask me how my kids would be an asset to you.
That's the thing.
That's insanity.
But see, I'm coming from a logical standpoint. You have to ask those questions.
Any woman,
and let me say one more thing.
It's gonna let you say, how can your kids be no, sweetie, no.
It's the truth.
No, it's not. Because if we're talking about we're living in a world, because we're talking about living in a world where you're constantly putting the male on this pedestal, and you're forgetting that this is not the old days. So right now at this point, there are a lot of men that sit on a pedestal, but baby, their pedestal is way, way beneath that woman's. I'm not done. So when you say, what can you bring to the table? I feel like that goes both ways these days. Traditionally, back in old days, women.
Did she just say what the fuck I think she just said? Did she say men that's on a pedestal is way underneath a woman's pedestal? Did she just say that women are better than men? Like, what the like this? I didn't get this far into the interview earlier. I said I wasn't gonna get triggered. I'm not. I'm stoic. I'm just not. Nope. If I said men was better than women, y'all have been jump the shit out of me as soon as I walked out the house. God damn, you can't talk to people like that. What is wrong with this woman?
Couldn't bring that much. We didn't have that much. We weren't able to accomplish as much, but we have come very, very far. And I'm going to say that as a single mother myself, that a lot of men cannot even sit at the table with me, if I'm being honest, and I still give them a seat. I still push the seat open for them to sit down and show me what they can bring to the table for me, because I know intellectually, I know financially, I know on a 1,000 different levels, they don't even meet me halfway. So when you make a statement like that, again, like I said, I'm a single mother. I'm a modern woman. I have so many friends across, not just in Florida, this is not Miami. I'm talking about friends, period. And they're single mothers, but they bring a lot to the table. And for a man to ever ask me what my kids could do to benefit him, he would never even speak to me again.
All right, but let me ask.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I forgot homie even said that. Like, that dude sound a little crazy. Like, you would never say that to a woman. But you're thinking that in your head when you're thinking about investing in her and her family. How will this benefit me? I don't care if you whatever you want to invest money or time into, you always ask yourself, is this shit going to be beneficial? Is this going to be an asset or a fucking liability? It's just common sense to think that, right? Like I would think that women would think that shit too. When you're looking at a man that's courting you, whatever, is this shit going to be beneficial to you? Everybody should ask that to yourself, but you don't ask the fucking person. It's a little weird. How can your kids benefit me? That's some cold pimp shit, though. You really think about it, but homie bugging for that, though. You don't say it to the fucking woman. That's a little crazy.
Actually, this question, Vic. So, do you want a man to come in there and share his resources with your kids?
I have a question.
No.
I have to counter it. I have to counter it.
Just answer it. I need
He's
yes
sharing
or no.
it. Do I want him to come in and share his resources with my children?
Yes or no?
I'm trying to get clarity on a question.
If you're dating a man,
what is the resources that he's sharing with my children?
His finances.
I don't need them.
Because Vic, that's cap. I don't care what you say, Vic. Listen, Vic, I don't care. If a man is dating a woman at some point in time, Vic, a woman is going to want a man to share his finances in the household. Yes. So you telling me you're going to sleep, you're going to lay up there, you're going to date a man, you're going to sleep with that man, and you ain't going to ask that man to contribute his finances?
So here's the kicker.
I find that to be hard to understand.
Here's the kicker.
That's cap. I'm sorry.
Here's the kicker. Cap. Here's the kicker, and we're going to clear it up. I never said I would expect a man to come in and share his not share his finances. I never said that.
That's his resources.
Okay, if that's all the resources he has, that's problem number one. We're gonna start. No, that's definitely problem number one.
Resources.
That's not enough for me. So again, it's not, because I have my own money. So when you start talking about modern women and you're sitting in front of a woman that makes well over 6 figures a year, you're not going to tell me that a man can step through that door and tell me, what can your kids do for me? No, baby, what can you do for this household? Because this household runs effortlessly without your finances.
Okay,
so
modern women think because they make a certain amount of money a year that they could treat people like shit. Imagine if men use their financial status to treat women like shit. Y'all think the game cold now. 9 times out of 10, y'all don't make more than the money. Y'all don't make more money than the men that y'all with. So if he treated you like shit just because you made less than him, it'd be real chilly. Cold world.
So the expectation would be, if you're stepping through this door, why would you step through my door and you're not able to provide any resources?
Vic, listen, I don't care if you make 6 figures. You know why? Because at the end of the day, your 6 figures is for you. You would never share it with me. At the end of the day,
why would you think that?
But Vic, listen, at the end of the day, whether you make 6 figures or not, you will still want a man to come through there to take over the finances, to take that burden off your shoulders. Don't give it to Vic. Every woman wants that. So when I hear women say that they're not looking for a man to share their resources, that is cap. Let me finish making another point.
No,
this is another risk. Listen, Ralph, let me make this one final point. This is another risk of a man that is competitive and productive, that's getting into a situation where he's dealing with a pre-made family. Who was to say, if I was to marry you and you divorced me, you will go to the courthouse and put me on child support for the next 18 years for kids that don't even belong to me. And matter of fact, even if I'm not married to you, if I've been dating you for a substantial amount of time, depending on what the state, you can still go and put me on child support for 18 years for kids that are not mine. So to close it off,
I'm just misinformed, or I didn't know. Y'all telling me that it's certain states out here that will make a man pay child support for some kids he was helping out with, and then they broke up, but them not his kids, but he was there for X amount of time, so now he's on the hook for them kids that's not his. That's really happening in some of these states. Holy shit. Somebody gonna have to Google that and put it in the chat so I can see it, because I need to know what state's not the fucking
man a productive man that's dating a single modern baby mom in this generation, that's a lose-lose situation. And I'm gonna end it like that.
I'm
definitely not fucking in Iowa.
I don't have much. I don't have much to add. The only thing I could say is I hate that has been your experience. I hate that those are the women that you have encountered one way or another,
No,
not personally, one way or another.
Yeah, I know. Like, I assume like if you marry a chick with kids and you've been raising the kids, y'all married and shit. You know what I mean? Fantasia got sued. Oh shit. Nah, but nah, yeah, I could see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to be honest, like, I think like if I was married to a chick and she had kids and we've been together for years, married for years, I like, and we got divorced, I would still take care of her kids. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is that's different. But damn, hold on. Did she just post a list? Pennsylvania, Michigan, Louisiana. Holy sh! I'm not fucking in Philly. Definitely not fucking no raggedy bitch in Detroit. I'm not fucking no bitch in Louisiana from where Boosie and Lil Wayne from. I don't think they're gonna be my type down there. Yeah. I'm not fucking out there. That's crazy.
Other. I hate that for you. I hate that for your friends. I hate that for anyone that you know, because that is not reality. That is not the reality that we're living in. That is actually a bubble in which we choose to put ourselves in. I'm going to go back to my statement that there are lanes. And when I learned when I stay in my lane and I don't allow people that don't belong in my lane, I don't have any of those problems that you're referring to. Not one.
Let me ask you this one question, Vic. In the animal kingdom, when a lion takes over,
I don't care about them.
No, you have to, because it's still nature, right? When a lion take over a pride, right? What does that male lion does to those cubs of the other pride that he took over? What does that lion do?
Would you rather have been a lion?
No, I'm a
human.
Okay, you know what that lion would do? That lion would kill those cubs.
Yeah, I'm a human.
You know why? I understand you're human, but I'm saying that because by nature, men, we are territorial. We do not want to deal with, we don't want to take on pre-made families.
All right.
That's all.
See, she shut that shit down fast as hell. She said, I don't care about them. Immediately. Sheesh. Goddamn.
Let me intervene. My brother speaking generally about the men that he represents. You speaking about the women you represent. Now I know I'm not single, so I'm not mingling. You know that, girl. So I'm gonna say this for the brothers like me, because it's different brothers, different mindset.
Yeah.
Like I say, for me, bro, it don't matter.
Okay.
But like I say, but that's your mindset. That's your mindset. For me, it don't matter. For me, if I like a woman, I like a woman.
Right.
If the woman has kids, she has kids. That kids, no kids, it don't matter. Because it is what it is, bro. Because if you meet a woman, if that's a deal breaker, then I don't know, bro. You might be missing out on a blessing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those are not your kids. You're right. You want your own. You can still have a blended family with her, and you can still help her with the kids if you want to. If not, I'm not a judge. I'm not a jury, bro. I can't tell nobody what to do. I know for me, as a black man, bro, who grew up fatherless, I wanted a father. I would have loved to have a dad. And maybe that's why I didn't have one. Maybe a lot of the black men probably think like how you said, though, like, why would I waste my money on a person that's not my kid? And I get it, but I don't share that.
And I'm speaking in general.
And I'm saying, for me, I don't share that. For me, bro, I love kids. Mine's are not. Even I have a wife now. And if I'm saying, you know, you bring your son, I'm not gonna say, oh, he's not. I don't care, bro. Kids are kids. Let's have fun. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big kid. I'll run around. You know, I don't care about that, bro. Like for me, I thank God I don't think like that. I don't view life like that. Because everybody deserves some type of sunshine. Because you think about a kid growing without a father, and not to say the woman can't raise a child, but I'm saying you think about a kid growing up without a father, that's like rain pouring on you 24/7. And I'm talking about from an emotional standpoint, because you're missing something.
Yes,
so once a man enters that child's life, it's like sunshine. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I know what you mean. The child gonna be like, you're not my dad, And like I say, bro, it comes with that territory, bro. It comes with, it's a rite of passage. I expect you to, I want you to do that, because that lets me know, okay, you're becoming a man. This is the only way you think you can hurt me, because
you know you can't hurt
trying
me
to, any other way. So for me, man.
And that's one of the things my stepdad said to me. He's like, I didn't care about that.
No, because it's a right, it's
like,
a rite of passage.
I already knew you were gonna do that. I didn't care about that.
It's a rite of passage, man. Like I said, I can't tell no man how to feel. But as a black man, I think because we're so far behind the 8-ball, and so many of our women and so many of our children are growing up in situations where the father may be in prison or dead or not in the household. I don't think we should think like that. I think we need to be more.
Yeah, so I think they wrapping it up. I didn't get that far into the interview earlier, so I'm catching the tail end of this shit with y'all in real time. But yeah, I mean, so a common question that Kevin Samuels would ask a single mother looking to date, find a husband and shit. The common question that he would ask is, can that man discipline your kids? Some women would say, yeah, of course. Like, I think they, got the village mindset. A lot of modern women is like, man, hell no. Like, as a man that's been there, that's been in this situation a couple times, we do think like that, and we do feel how we feel. You know what I'm saying? And I think stepfathers is the most unappreciated men on earth. I always say this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely gonna jot this down. You know what I mean? I just wanted to share this little clip with y'all right quick. It ain't now. We ain't gonna go crazy all night. This ain't gonna be the 2-3 hour thing. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna write this down. This topic right here. You know what I mean? And on the weekend, by the weekend, hopefully, you know what I mean, we go through some more clips together. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm gonna just bring a bunch of people on, and we gonna chop it up and talk our shared experiences and shit. You know what I mean? Because I definitely got a story on this. On the topic of, was motherfuckers comfortable with me checking the kids when they got out of fucking pocket? I'm gonna share it with y'all later on this weekend though. We'll chop it up later.